morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahil Philippos and here is today's big story. India's worst fears came true on Tuesday when a 21-year-old Indian medical student was killed in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv, marking the country's first casualty in the Russia-Ukraine war. Indian officials have said that the victim, identified as Naveen SG hailing from Karnataka, was killed in shelling. But Naveen's former hostel mate cited other members of the student community there as saying that he was hit in firing by the Russian army outside a store. He had stepped out of a bunker where the students had been holed up for the past 6 days to buy groceries. With Naveen's death, the safety and security of around 8,000 Indian nationals still stuck in Ukraine has become an issue of urgent concern. It also complicates New Delhi's diplomatic hand. It had been projecting itself as a neutral actor, refusing to take sides. Like thousands of other Indian students trapped in Ukraine, Arya Aldrin, a medical student from Kerala's Idukki district, is desperate to get back home. But not without her 5-month-old Siberian husky Zaira. While other students were arranging food and water supplies, Arya was busy arranging documents for Zaira's safe travels to India and packing bare minimum. Earlier this week, Arya walked nearly 20 kilometers in the freezing Ukrainian winter with Zaira in her arms after a bus dropped her near the Romanian border. Next up are our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. In a recent e-Adda, Nandal Nilikani, co-founder and non-executive chairman of Infosys, called our increasingly digital world a crisis. You can read his exclusive interaction with the Indian Express on our website at indianexpress.com. And now for our stories from the front page. Air India's MD and CEO-designate Ilker Ayci said that he had declined the Tata Group's offer to lead the airline. Ayci cited attempts to paint his appointment with undesirable colors by some sections of the media. And now for our must-read stories. In the last 5 years, both Gorakhpur and the Gorakhpur Mutt have enjoyed the perks of being the CM's city and the CM's shrine. But the legacy comes with its share of expectations, as Adityanath is realizing in his first assembly election ever. While no one doubts that Yogi will win, the bets are on the scale of that victory. Elections in Manipur have long been infamous for the use of money and muscle power to decide the fate of candidates. But this is exactly what 40-odd youngsters who call themselves the Youth Collective Manipur hope to change. The YCM has ramped up its activities during the poll, holding awareness campaigns and discussions, and even releasing an election-themed music video. As the situation in Ukraine worsens, one thing is clear. The invasion will have long-term implications on India's relationship with Russia, particularly when it comes to defense imports. Over the years, Russia has provided some of the most sensitive and important weapon platforms to India. The legacy of buying weapons from Russia has made India somewhat dependent on it, and even though India has tried to expand the base of countries from which it buys new military systems, Russian-origin weapons still have the lion's share. We explain. And finally, from boxing legend turned mayor Vitaly Klitschko to Olympic biathlete Dmytro Pedruchny, Ukraine's finest sports personalities find themselves embroiled in a desperate war plus shooting scenario where they feel duty-bound to pick up arms after the Russian invasion of their country. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.